And welcome to the third episode of Victory Lap Radio. We got a special episode today. First off, we got the champ sitting here to my right. Welcome back, Andrew. How you doing today?
I can't complain. Got a cold stone in my hand.
And then to my right, we got your other host, Michael Whitfield. Michael, how you doing today?
Excited for the episode tonight. It's a big one.
And now we have why this is a special episode, bringing you our first reoccurring guest, the filthiest mouth this side of the Mississippi. He's a local legend. He's one of the princes of the Princess City, the Baron of bar food. Yours truly, Rock Zappia. Rock, how you doing today?
Cool. Good. How you guys doing?
Oh, we're
Wow.
fucking
Excited.
fantastic with you.
We're
here.
excited.
That was great. Quite an introduction. I
Yeah,
appreciate
yeah,
that. Thank
yeah.
you.
We are ready to rumble.
Hey, you practice in the mirror.
Yeah, talking into like a hairbrush in the mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like getting ready for school every day. Well, boys, let's kick off this special third episode. We're gonna get into some New Year's Six games. We're gonna start it off with. Sure, these two teams are not the favorites of either of us, but Ohio State versus USC. Ohio State is a -7.5 favorite over the Trojans. Let's start off with Michael here. Michael, what do you got in this game?
I think USC will win this game. I think Sam Darnold and USC's offense will be too much. USC had a very good season. You take away that blowout loss at ND, maybe playoff contention. I think it was bad for them to not even be in the playoff contention, and Ohio State was. But, Ohio State, too, this could be two different ways. They come out and play pissed off they didn't get in, or they could really not give a shit because they're not in the playoffs. I think JT Barrett has them ready, though, but I just think USC's a better team here. I think the passing attack's too much. Iowa torched Ohio State through the air at the beginning, or earlier in the year, and Iowa, that's a mediocre passing attack. So I got USC in this one.
Covering too, or okay.
Yeah, they're getting 7.5.
Andrew, who you got?
Scratch that. I'm gonna agree that USC does cover here, but I'm gonna take the Buckeyes to eke this one out.
The fuck guys.
The fuck guys. Let me revert that. But
We'll bleep that for the kids at home.
the key here is USC just lets up too many yards per game. It's over 400. I think OSU does rally from a late USC touchdown though, and JT just ends up pissing on the Trojans.
Last second drive?
Last second drive. They win 42-38. There's about 25 seconds after they put on that last score there, and USC just doesn't have what it takes to answer that.
Yeah, I think the matchup in this game, you're going to have slinging Sammy Darnold versus Twinkle Toes TJ Barrett. Some senior leadership in Barrett coming off healthy, having a good win in the Big Ten championship. USC is hotter than the Song Girls right now. They're rolling into Dallas, coming off winning out since that blowout loss to Notre Dame. I think that's the outlier on the season. But I also think you give them a month to prepare. Urban Meyer, his old ticker inside his chest could handle it. He might have to take a break. I'm actually going to go with Ohio State on this one. I do think they cover. But barely, probably like a 10-point win. Now we're going to toss it to our guest here, Rock. What do you think of this Cotton Bowl matchup between Ohio State and USC?
Well, I do think that Ohio State is going to win. I don't think they're not going to cover. I think they're only going to win by 2 to 4 points. I think USC's quarterback, Darnell or whatever his name is.
Darnold.
Hey, Darnold.
He's overrated. I don't think he's
I
that.
agree with you.
I just don't agree with that. And you know what? I don't think it's going to be. I agree that it's going to be Ohio State coming back late to win, but I don't think it's going to be JT Barrett. I think it's going to be the guy that went in for him.
Michigan?
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's going to be him because he looked good. When
He was
he
very
came in.
good.
He was
I
athletic.
think Barrett's going to get hurt. I think he's going to come in and he's going to bring him down. I think.
Yeah,
So-
you got to watch out for those cameramen. pregame.
Question though. How much pussy do you think Sam Darnold pulls at USC?
Oh, he pulls it
man.
because
Cali boy.
God, they're so cool.
Dude,
Cali boy.
He is the USC quarterback.
Yeah.
Drowning it.
If he doesn't pull it, then he's just a pussy
Or
himself.
he's gay.
Yeah, or either. Not that there's anything wrong with
No,
that.
We're a pro
Yeah, no, I
podcast.
mean, come on, he's the USC quarterback.
He's from Cali.
X factor of the game. Does Ohio State get distracted with the Song Girls on the side?
That Or does Urban fake a heart attack again?
Ooh, you never know.
Halftime, they're down 10.
Dallas,
fakes
those big lights could get
fakes
you
a heart
down
attack.
to Jerry World.
Could happen.
Ooh. All right.
And those girls are going to be on that big screen. Yeah,
Oh,
you know,
yeah, those
In
cotton
Jerry's
sweatshirts
world?
on the
Yeah.
They're gonna be looking
Oh,
up.
man.
Yeah,
You know,
oh,
That's
yeah.
1080p resolution.
Oh,
there.
yeah.
All right, moving on. We got our next matchup. We got Penn State Nittany Lions versus the Washington Huskies. Andrew, why don't you kick us off here in this matchup?
Well, I don't think either team has a very impressive win. Washington did just recently beat the piss out of Washington State, and that's definitely their big win. Penn State has beaten everybody they should, has not beat anybody where it was up in the air. So I don't think they're going to be able to do it here. I think Washington wins and obviously covers here. So,
The granddaddy of them all.
and I think
No, it's
a big
not.
factor here.
Oh, it's Fiesta Bowl.
Big factor here,
I
though.
had Big Ten in my head.
Big factor here is Washington is averaging only 92 yards of rushing yards per game. Each time Penn State has lost, Barkley's been held to under 100 yards. And if that could happen today, I think that's the recipe for disaster for Penn State. And I don't really think Barkley's going to have too big of a game, even though it is a huge game for him. It's going to make or break his draft stock potentially on how high he goes in the first round. But yeah, I think that's my takes there.
Yeah, I think you got some two really good head coaches coming off here. You got Chris Peterson and James Franklin. You also have Jake Browning versus Saquon Barkley. I'm actually going to go with Washington here. I think they're a better team than people think. I also think Penn State's a bit overrated. I'm not too sold on James Franklin as a coach.
OC just left.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was
too.
going to say. Joe Moorhead going down to Mississippi State. That could be a big X factor. I also think that's going to have a huge impact on Trace McSorley, who
Swaggy McSorley.
Swaggy McSorley, who's he's a good player, but I also think he's not going to go win you ball games. It's a lot of coaches putting him in the right places. And I'll go on to Rock here. Rock, what do you think versus these Nittany Lions versus Huskies?
I think Penn State wins, and I think they win in a blowout. I think Barkley's going to have a huge game. I think he's going to have 3 touchdowns and almost 200 yards. I think they're pissed off. They screwed themselves out of the playoffs, and I think they're going to win something like 42-10. I think it's just going to be a snoozer.
Dan, one would say that's almost like a rape.
Yeah.
Yeah, Penn State
Well,
pretty used to that. So
Penn
would you
So
say
Penn
would you
State-
say a rape to a blowout? It's a home field advantage for Penn State.
Penn
Well,
State
well.
is
That's a touchy
often
subject,
in-
guys. I
well,
don't know if we want to get into that.
Now I see where Rock's coming from. Penn State did always know how to send the boys to the shower. Right?
Yeah,
Literally.
Washington could really fiddle with them in there. Yeah, there could be some diddling going on. Yeah, I'm gonna have I already have Washington winning. I think they'll win some money for all of us there. Moving on, we got
Well,
Wisconsin.
wait, hold on.
Whoa.
Not so fast, my friend. Let's get,
Where's your head
let's
at
get mega
today, bud?
parlays.
Come
Let's
on,
get
man.
mega parlays picks in.
Haven't
Oh.
even given me the chance to
Oh, you
speak.
didn't speak?
Jesus.
Oh, my bad.
He's too much on his phone.
It's the Stones, man.
I got Penn State with Rock, though. I think Penn State wins this game. I don't think Washington's that good. Penn State should have beat Ohio State this year, and if they did, then they're sitting in the playoffs right now. So I think Penn State wins this game. I don't know how good Washington's defense is. They have Dante Pettis, who's one of the best deep ball threats, but I think Saquon and Swaggy McSorley are too much. Penn State rolls.
Wow.
Chris
Yeah.
Peterson knows how to get a team ready for bowl.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's a pretty good coach. I think that game is definitely the matchup of the coaches over the players. I mean,
Yeah.
Saquon's really the only superstar you got there. And is he gonna be thinking about the draft?
He could play like a little bitch because he doesn't want to get hurt.
Yeah, that's
true,
pretty typical. of
Nah,
Penn
he's going to
State.
run hard. He's going to run hard. He's got something to prove. He wasn't invited to the Heisman.
That's true.
And
Oh, that
could
and,
be
I mean,
considered
think
right
about
off.
it.
That could be
He was
considered
like
right
one
off.
of the front runners besides that bum from
He-
USC.
Was he the opening
And
favorite?
No, the bum from
Darnold was.
USC.
Darnold,
was.
okay.
Yeah, but he was second, I think.
But he
in
was
the-
Gets a
second, and
bum
then all of a
rock.
sudden he dropped off. He's
Yeah.
got something to prove to the nation, so that's why
That's
he's
true.
going
Yeah.
to be
That's
huge
very
that
true.
game.
Yeah, I
I
think
can
at
get
the
behind
Fiesta
that.
Bowl, I don't really think you take that one easy. Moving on, we got the Orange Bowl coming up. We got the Wisconsin Badgers versus the hometown Miami Hurricanes. Playing in front of a home crowd there down in South Florida. Wisconsin opening up as -6.5-point favorites. Let's kick it off with Michael here. Who you got in the Orange Bowl?
I think Wisconsin wins this game, not because they are good or anything like that, but I just think Miami is a fucking fraud.
Yeah.
Miami 10-2 somehow. They beat the shit out of Notre Dame.
White
Everyone's
collar
like,
climb for Miami. That's
Yeah,
a
Yeah.
first.
Shapiro.
everyone's
Some might
like,
say.
oh, Miami's back. They're good. And then they fucking lose to Pittsburgh. And then they finally play a good team in Clemson. That was a shit show. I think Wisconsin wins by a touchdown or more. And turnover chain can suck my fucking cock. I hope Wisconsin does what Clemson did and chops it up and throws it away. But yeah, I got Wisco by a touchdown or more.
Wow.
Andrew, what are you thinking here and down in Miami?
Well, I think these are two of the biggest frauds in the Power 5 conferences, and I think it's an interesting matchup here. Who's gonna prevail as the non-fraud? I guess my
Who's going to be less of a fraud? I guess.
Yeah, being judged by a jury of their peers right
Yeah.
here for fraud.
I hate both teams. I will say that, but I think I hate Wisconsin a little more.
What? You hate them a little more?
A little more.
Okay.
Now wait.
Oh, wow.
Wait. The turnover chain just has that momentum factor that once Hornibrook, who is just can't throw the ball worth a fucking piss. He's gonna feed the turnover chain 3 times through the air at least, maybe a fumble.
But
Yeah, I could see
against
really feeding off
Pittsburgh,
that.
Pittsburgh turned the ball over 4 times, and that turnover chain came out, and they couldn't move the ball.
But the Diamonds weren't
Yeah.
dancing on the turnover chain because the lights weren't on. Lights are on this game.
It was during the day, so lights were not on. So I
Hometown
guess
crowd. Will the fans show up?
Yeah.
hopefully not.
Yeah, in this game, I think it's going to come down to which Miami shows up. Are you going to have the Notre Dame Miami where they come out rolling, they're playing hot, playing with
But
energy?
really, how good was that
Come out
Miami?
off the
Because I
molly,
think Notre
just
Dame
roll.
played their worst game of the year.
Yeah, I mean, they did.
Brandon
And-
Wimbush forgot how to throw a football and
Wimbush-
hasn't
Well,
remembered
that, I mean,
since.
yeah, Hornibrook's not much of an improvement there.
Wimbush went
Hey,
through three
the-
diapers before
The
halftime.
only way
At
Wisconsin
least.
wins this game if they control the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be slowed down with a little bit too much cheese in their gut up from Wisconsin, celebrating the holidays. I'm taking Miami big in this one. I think
too.
Wisconsin doesn't. Just too much athleticism, bring too much to the table. I think Hornibrook's going to turn the ball over, and Miami parties down at Tootsie's in South Florida.
Wisconsin's never been down by more than 7 at halftime or something like that. So they will not know how to deal with a big hot start by Miami. That's their downfall.
Rock, who you got down in the Orange Bowl?
Well, unfortunately, because I fucking hate Miami of Florida. I fucking hate Miami of Florida as much as I hate the fucking New England Patriots and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
So that's a lot.
Well, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. Miami's probably going to blow Wisconsin out. The only way Wisconsin win is, like you said, they got to control the line of scrimmage. They've got to control the ball. They got to control the clock. Miami is way faster than them. They can't let Miami get in front of them. If they get in front of them, Wisconsin will never catch up. But if they can control the ball, they've got a chance into the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But if Miami builds a 2-touchdown lead, that's it.
If they can keep it close, I could see Wisconsin.
You know what?
Right.
Orange Bowl down in Miami. Wisconsin could bust out some Columbia Bam Bam right down there. Get their game sped up. Play on an even playing field. That's why Miami's flying around the field. They're
Yeah.
electric. They're playing with energy. They're coming off the walls.
Yeah, I mean, hey, what's his name? The
He gone.
AD, Wisconsin's AD.
Yeah, the guy who's
Barry Alvarez?
Barry
Barry
Alvarez,
Alvarez. He'll pull
friend
some-
of the program.
He's the best.
He'll pull some strings out of Miami.
Bev
He's
Alvarez was
ready.
good. He's
Yeah, Miami's going to have some piss tests waiting for him when they get back into the
Well, then
locker
half
room.
their team's off.
They'll come back out playing
At
3-on-5 just like they did.
Yeah.
That was Alabama.
We're going to move on to our last New Year's Six game that isn't a playoff. We got Auburn versus UCF in the Peach Bowl. David versus Goliath a little bit there. UCF coming off an unreal 13-0 season. They are the Atlantic Conference champions. Scott Frost, gone though, taking on the Auburn Tigers, fell in the SEC championship. Andrew, kick us off here with the Peach Bowl. Who you got for the battle down in Dixie?
I tried as hard as I could to find some irrelevant ESPN info stats to make me believe that UCF has a fucking chance in hell. I could not find one. There's
Hey, neither did David against Goliath.
yeah. Well, he had a slingshot. I don't think you
Can I get Blake Bortles to play?
UCF. Scott Frost took their slingshot.
Yeah.
They have no ammo left in that thing. All the pebbles are gone. Auburn's just gonna. I've been saying it in the lab. They're just gonna take a piss all over UCF. I don't think there's much to say. It's just SEC football. It's different.
Yeah, I'm
It's
I'm
just-
with you there. I don't think there's much to talk about this game. I think if Scott Frost never left, maybe he could put UCF in
I'd agree with
a
that.
little contention to play. But I think with him gone, players are probably pissed. wondering why the fuck would he leave to go to a bigger school? Because he fucking go to UCF, man. Like, that's why. Nebraska.
Hey,
is
60,000
way
kids,
better.
biggest school in the country.
Yeah, now if you're going there for
Behind
pussy or
University of
something,
Phoenix.
of course. But, you know,
Say it's the Harvard of the South.
Auburn rolls.
Ivy Tech,
Not even
second.
close.
Yeah, I think, Auburn might be the best 3-loss team maybe ever.
Yeah.
I mean, they lost to
Look
2
at their
playoff
resume.
teams,
Look at their
beat
resume.
2 playoff
Yeah.
teams.
If
It's
Scott
incredible.
Frost is there, I think you have a real ball game
Yeah,
because
me
that
too.
offense
Yeah.
is jumping through the ceiling. I got Auburn rolling. They're 9.5-point favorites. I don't think it's going to be close from the 21 points.
Yeah.
Kerryon Johnson, he is a man amongst boys out
He'll
there.
be healthy by then, too.
Jared Stidham, he'll be slinging the ball a little bit. Honestly, I don't even think he's going to have to throw it that much. They're going to run the ball. They're going to use their formations to confuse them, get them off balance, have those crackback blocks.
They'll be running
They'll be running.
motions.
I think Auburn could have 300 yards running the ball. Jared Stidham, have some fun with your hot girlfriend after the game. Rock, what do you got for us down in the Peach Bowl?
Yeah, Auburn will kill him. I think if Frost would have been there, possibly they could win. Some
Yeah.
trickery. You gotta. When you're
They
a
don't have-
school like that, you have to have tricks.
Yeah.
They don't have those tricks now that their head coach is gone, though.
Exactly.
He was probably
That's
He can't
exactly
run
right.
scout. He can't
A la
run scout
Boise
team
State,
for him.
Oklahoma.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing that pisses me off is, I
never
understand these
see it.
coaches take these jobs and stuff, and I don't blame them. You
Right.
want to improve yourself. Give yourself bigger challenge. But they should not leave their fucking school before
Yeah,
it's time.
why?
And just like
Yeah.
the players, every player should play in the bowl game. They don't want to get hurt for the NFL draft. Then why are you fucking going to play fucking football? You get hurt. It's a fucking sport. It's a contact sport. But they don't. They sit out. That's such bullshit. Everybody, like McCaffrey last year. I like McCaffrey. But then he sat out. Totally changed my opinion.
I-
of him.
But it's
Yeah,
just
I
like, it's just
completely-
like what you're
I
saying though.
completely-
It should almost be a rule that you cannot contact coaches until after bowl
Exactly,
season,
exactly.
and then
I
it's
like it.
and then it, everyone has
agree.
their
Good
fair
word from
share.
Pod.
With the
That's
rules
exactly
that the NCAA
right.
has, it's
And fair
it's,
share because Scott Frost. What if you go there? The quarterback who went there, he was at an Oregon camp. Scott Frost brought him over.
Right.
Now he's at fucking Nebraska, and this kid can't transfer. He has to sit out a year if he transfers.
Right.
So he's fucked, but he only went there because Scott
Awesome.
Frost.
How
Right.
awesome would it be
Right.
if
The rule.
January 10th, after the national
A
championship,
little free
all the
agency and
teams,
coaching.
all the teams
Oh,
That would be
rushing
fucking
trying to get there.
sweet.
Oh,
That would be
the pod
sweet.
would be electric
Oh,
with all the buzz.
That would be
So many
that would-
storylines to talk about.
That
I think
would
my
be
head would
sweet.
explode.
If a coach leaves to go to another job for not getting fired, it's his choice to leave.
Yes.
Kids should have the option to transfer.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially if they
not
were.
sit
Yeah.
down. Yeah.
I'm with you on that
Yeah,
because
definitely.
Because you
That
go
was-
there,
yeah,
like
that was
people say,
Mega
"Oh, I
Fire.
go there for the school." Bullshit. Like if this was
like
fucking,
Ole Miss this year,
yeah, like they're losing like
their quarterback.
10 guys though. They said
Like,
like
10 people on
are
Ole Miss's
leaving.
team today tweeted their quarterback
The
Yeah.
the
thanks,
downfall
but
of
no thanks.
Ole Miss was when Chip Kelly got exposed by what's her face
Chip Kelly didn't coach at Ole Miss.
or not what's his name Ryan, or what's the, Chad Kelly.
We'll cut this. We'll
by
cut
Mia-
this.
Mia,
Chad
by
Kelly.
Mia Khalifa.
Yeah, Mia
R.I.P.
Khalifa.
August Ames, but yeah.
Yeah, friend of the program.
Said
obviously.
Chad Kelly slid in the DM, got exposed.
Okay.
Ole Miss has not been the same.
Yeah, so that does it for the first of the New Year's Six. We're gonna move on now. We're gonna do a little Q&A. We're gonna feature it towards our guest here, Rock. We're gonna start off with the playoffs. Who you liking in the Big Four there?
Well,
Start off. Who do you think should have got in, and did they get it right?
Well, the thing is, everybody got beat. I mean, I hate the fact that Alabama's in it again. It's not that I
You and a lot of
hate
people.
Alabama. I'm just tired
want
of
something
Alabama. I want
different.
something new.
Yeah.
But Auburn got beat, even though they did beat them. Ohio State, they got blown out by Iowa. How you going to put them in there?
Right.
Miami, fraud. Totally agree with that. Wisconsin, come on. I mean, what are you gonna do? Go down to TCU? I mean,
Yeah.
then they're not even. I mean,
Yeah.
there's really nobody else that can be
What
in
I
it.
hate though is and you touch on it lightly. Mega parlay there was USC getting no consideration.
Right. I'm with you. If
Because they suck.
The Pac-12 is the worst.
They got blown out by Notre Dame, who lost
The
3
Pac-12
games.
is
but
And
no-
lost to
Ohio State got
Stanford.
blown out by Iowa.
I don't think they should be in either.
But no, he's saying that they should just, if Ohio State's
Get
getting
some
all this talk, that
consideration.
USC should get some talk about it.
Okay,
Yeah,
but we already saw. Ohio State already got a chance to play Clemson. They got fucking pissed on. They have no
See,
chance.
if
I
you
don't
don't
want to
go,
see that again.
here's the deal: if you don't go, and it happened last year, if you do not go to your own conference championship,
Championship,
how the fuck can you get in the
Yeah.
Final Four?
And the
And
problem,
I'm sorry,
the
but
problem
I
was
don't
is
agree with
they let them in last year, so now they have to let all
Right.
these other teams
And,
in
and what happened to
because
Ohio State? They got
they
their
got rolled.
fucking
rolled last
They got
year.
their fucking
And it proved that
dicks
they
knocked
should-
in the dirt.
Right, they should not
got
have been in.
killed. No,
It's almost like there should be an 18 playoff with
Yeah.
3 at large.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If only.
I think I mean.
Go back to the
Oklahoma-
BCS.
Oklahoma scores a lot.
Yeah.
But their defense gives
It's
up a lot.
fucking trash.
So I mean,
And-
I'd like to see it'd be. I think it's going to be. I think Alabama's going to find a way to beat Clemson. I don't know
Yeah.
how, but they're going. Nick Saban's his name.
Yeah.
And then
think I
I
know.
think Oklahoma and Alabama play, and I think Oklahoma will
Wow.
beat Alabama by like 10. I really do.
That's a whole lot of crimson.
That is.
Speaking of Oklahoma, breaking news out of this, by breaking 2 days ago, so not really new. Baker Mayfield, the newest Heisman Trophy in the Fraternity of Champions.
Yeah. Well, I'm not so champions
haters
anymore.
gonna
They're
hate.
having problems with old
Individual
Heisman winners.
champions.
But yeah, he deserved it definitely.
Yeah, Baker's unreal.
So you think Oklahoma beats Georgia?
Yeah. They're going to outscore them. They're going to, I mean, it's going to be, I think, honestly, it'll be like 52 to 51 or something. I mean, it's going to be,
Really?
high
I mean,
scoring.
you've seen Auburn can give up, Georgia,
Georgia, yeah.
can give up
they
points.
can give
yeah.
up points, but they also can have a solid defense.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's, I mean, but they've given up a lot of points this year. And I mean, God, Oklahoma State, remember that game?
Yeah.
I mean, my God,
Oh, yeah.
they covered 76 points in the first half or whatever.
Shit.
I just think they outscore. That's how Oklahoma wins. They
Can
outscore
OU,
everybody.
Right.
Can OU
right,
play
right.
defense?
Yeah. Do they get that
Enough
one
def-
stop to
enough
win?
defense.
Yeah. 100%.
Right. Or
So,
who gets the ball last.
right.
I mean,
Oh,
will,
yeah.
that
will,
would
be
will
a fun
Fromm,
game.
is Fromm, did he shake off all of his freshman cobwebs? Is he
He hasn't run into problems yet.
is he going to be a little bit shaky maybe to
He
start the
looked
game
pretty.
off?
He looked
mean,
pretty
that
good
was
against
Auburn.
Auburn, though.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he
but
looked-
that was a rematch. I feel like he'd be more comfortable in that.
But he gets a
setting
lot
than-
more time to prepare for one
Right,
team, so
right.
you
True,
so you know
true,
every single
true.
check you have to make for that
Yeah,
one
that is
team.
very true.
So
I still think it's going to come down to Georgia controlling the line of scrimmage,
Yeah.
running the football. Big fan of Baker Mayfield. He can throw the ball over the field. I think he's an improved version of Johnny Football. Plays with energy, plays with a lot of fun, but I just don't know if he can keep him hanging in there. I got Georgia winning. Other than that, Rock, anything else stand out in the playoffs to you? How about the hottest girls in the game? If you had to line them up, top 4, who do you think's walking home with the hottest national
hottest
championship?
cheerleaders.
Highest cheerleaders? Well, the cheerleaders got to come from the SEC.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, you're looking at, come on. Bama's cheerleaders, Auburn's cheerleaders. I mean, those Alabama girls they're fucking
USC
hot.
though.
Hey, California girls are good too. I'm a fan of all of them.
It's
So you what do you want a West Coast girl or a Southern girl? Which girl's more dirty, a West Coast or Southern?
I don't know. I'd like to get them together and find out.
West Coast girls are always so stuck up. Plus, it's
True,
just-
true.
Plus, if they're in the SEC,
Well, you can-
they like
Yeah, but those are the
football,
ones you grab the
they
hair of.
So we're going SEC first.
Yeah. Probably Pac-12 following.
Yeah.
Yeah. This always blew my mind. Why does USC's cheerleaders wear sweaters?
Oh, because they got some sweater puppies.
It's like 75 degrees outside.
I know.
Put a T-shirt on.
But they still wear it when they come to Notre Dame. It's freezing too.
Oh,
So
yeah.
like
They
it's
fucking
like
love it.
Yeah.
They're jumping
Yeah.
around.
yeah.
Yeah.
They want to.
Oh.
They want to keep their headlights dimmed. Maybe I don't know.
They're a
Bing,
team.
bing.
A
Turkeys
team
are
you
done.
can't forget about though. Texas cheerleaders.
Oh, those chaps.
Yeah.
Hook 'em
Hook 'em.
horns.
Hook 'em.
Hook 'em horns.
Hook
I
'em.
do like my Texas cheerleaders. Yes, they and they were on TV quite a bit this year, and yeah, they.
It was good for the whole country.
It was very good
Pretty
for the
sweet
country.
in person, too.
Absolutely. Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So
My question is, if there was one game that should be played every year between two teams, who would it be?
Michael, must you ask me that? That is so obvious.
The Potters might not know. out there.
Okay,
People
well,
that
if
listen
you
to us-
don't know, it's one of my favorite team, the Oregon State Beavers, against the South Carolina Gamecocks.
Oh, what a battle royale!
the Cox versus the Beavers.
I mean, come on. Could you see the headlines the next day? Cox give the Beavers a pounding. I mean, are you kidding me? Cox were penetrating the Beavers line all day.
Why is penetrating always the word they use, though? It's like, you want us to laugh.
I know.
You want us to laugh.
Because they're looking at each other in the booth and they're going, oh,
Yeah,
Do you,
yeah.
think, do you think the journalists like chuckle while they're writing?
Yes,
that? Like,
they
don't.
have
You're not a
to.
human being.
Yeah.
like
Come on.
on their typewriter.
I mean, you know what? You're not a human being if you don't laugh
Oh,
at
I'm
that.
with you. I'm with you.
That would be the
Cox,
best.
Cox owned the Beavers O-line.
Hey, and especially if it's a rainy game, wet field. Cox punished the Beavers down home.
The Cox would beat in a slippery Beaver.
It's a moist field out there on a slippery rainstorm in the tundra of Oregon.
Yes.
Oh, that's some good stuff. That's rich. That's some good whole family fun.
The T-shirts. Think of the T-shirts.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
It's
yeah.
all the merch.
Hey, that's a lot of merch money. Hey, be ready for Victory Lap Store coming to you soon.
Yeah. It's a huge merch game.
That's a big market. That's a big market we could capitalize on.
You got a question for Rock, Andrew?
Yeah, let's give a little shout out to our degenerate gambling listeners here. You a gambling man yourself?
Yeah, I'd like to do
Dabble.
dabble a
We
little
went
bit.
to the peak a little bit.
So of the games we just mentioned, who's your lock?
Did you say Penn State? You said they were rolling and they were -2.
I like Penn State, but I like that Auburn one. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
Auburn's
Yeah,
gonna
that's money.
kill them. I mean,
That's a lot.
that I tell you what, if Auburn gets beat, if they do not cover, Vegas is gonna make a lot of money
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
because that's gonna be a
Yeah.
part. I mean, people are just gonna bet on that game, but it's also gonna be a part of parlays. It's gonna be a part of a lot of.
Yeah.
It's gonna hurt a lot of things if
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
lose. 'Cause that's
No
everybody's
doubt, no
shoe-in,
doubt.
so
Definitely.
Yep.
Yeah,
For
I mean,
sure.
yeah, I'm with you. I think Auburn fucking rolls.
I think they roll. They know they fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, they fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They beat
You
the
said-
number 1 and number 2
Yeah.
team in the country, and then they fuck. I mean,
What
granted, they got
pisses
beat
me
by
off,
Georgia,
they got punished for beating Alabama.
Not just that, they got punished. Like,
Like,
they-
not
no,
punished,
listen,
but like,
no, listen,
yeah,
like,
they-
oh,
listen,
go
no,
jump
no,
over
you're
the
right, you're right,
suburb.
you're right. But what I'm
Beating Bama,
saying
they
is,
got put into
but what I'm
another
saying
death
is
row.
though,
Yeah.
they got punished for having a very good non-conference team too.
Yeah.
They don't play Clemson; they play Troy or someone too, and they
Yeah.
have a terrible non-conference like Wisconsin.
Yeah.
They're in the
That's
playoffs
enough.
even with
With
losing
Bama,
to.
yeah.
They're
You
they're
know,
undefeated then, and then they lose
yeah.
to
if
Georgia.
Alabama actually would have been
Well, no,
in that
LSU.
game and
Yeah.
Auburn wasn't in the SEC championship, Auburn would be in this.
Yeah.
If they were not in
Yeah,
the championship,
exactly.
they hurt themselves by making the
because
championship game.
regardless of what happens, you
Yeah,
know, if they
that's
go,
just- that's a
it's
tragedy.
tough for you play that schedule. Then you have fucking Wisconsin playing nobody. I mean, the School of the
Right.
Blind
Yeah.
from Wisconsin, School of
Yeah.
the Deaf from Ohio. I mean, that's 2 of their fucking teams, and they go 12-1, and they're at number 4. You got Auburn with, like I said, 2 wins against top 4 teams, 2 losses against top 4
Yeah,
teams.
that's
Just something you never see.
Easily the best 3-loss team of all time.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Of all
100%.
time. Also, have we ever seen, is there ever in history been these big bowl games where you have 2 Pac-12 Big Ten matchups that aren't in the Rose Bowl?
No. Well, now that the
Now
playoffs
that
come
the
around,
playoffs-
Yeah.
That's all.
God, just ruining tradition.
it breaks the whole. If the Rose Bowl's a playing game, it breaks. No one's going to the Rose Bowl, and it's
Nobody
not
even knows what's
Pac-12,
going
Big
on
Ten.
out here anymore.
But I mean, I'm glad.
It's
Fuck the Big
it's a
Ten.
sick joke.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah,
tired of the
fuck
Big Ten.
Three 10-win teams though. But
Yeah.
Well, I think that just about does it here for our 3rd episode of Victory Lap Radio with our special guest, Rock Zappia. Guys, let's give it up for Rock here.
Go Rock.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it. I enjoyed being here. This was quite nice. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. Yes.
Yeah, you're officially now a reoccurring guest. So
Oh,
you can look for your
good.
T-shirt in the mail.
I'm not sure if we mentioned it, but we want to thank you for the hospitality as
Yeah.
well.
Yes.
It's been recorded.
Everyone come down to Rocks.
Yeah, our first and original sponsor, Rock Sports Cafe at the corner
No
of...
specials anymore.
No specials.
No specials.
Those got nixed by the owner. You can go talk to management. You can come find them down at the corner of Lincoln Way and Main, down in Mishawaka. For all you degenerates, it's right by the police station down here. So you can, pay your parole and come right down. Get a cold one. That should fit in really well with the local fair down here in Mishawaka, Indiana. Mike, final thoughts.
I thought it was a good show. Like, I agree with Rock. I think Auburn is a lock. And I think Penn State's a lock, too. I think those are both locks. Congrats to Baker Mayfield on winning the Heisman.
Haters gonna hate. Baker's gonna bake.
Any other year, I feel like he might not have won it because of his off-the-field shenanigans and his grabbing his dick while he's playing Kansas, all that kind of stuff. But
They
this year,
deserved it.
this year he definitely deserved it. No one really had a better year. So
Have you guys seen the video of Baker trying to run away from the cops?
yes,
Yeah.
great
Where it's
video.
like, this is going to be a little bit of bad radio right here, but it's 3 cops standing around, and Baker's like looking back at him, takes like 2 slow
And just
steps and
takes
tries
off.
running away.
Yeah.
Just gets drilled into
gets
a
gets
concrete
tackled,
wall.
but
Yeah, that's
it
real.
was-
That's pretty relatable.
it was
to
strong
me.
effort.
Yeah, good effort from him. I like where his head's at. Andrew, final thoughts?
Final thoughts. I didn't even touch on the cast. I'm a little upset about it. I think it's a travesty that Lamar Jackson didn't get any consideration for this Heisman Trophy.
I mean,
I do
he-
think Baker would have.
He got he got second, but it
No, he
was
got
like
third.
he got third.
Yeah, third.
Okay, but it
I
was
think
like
after his speech last year, he didn't have any chance of winning again.
but he had a better year this year than last year.
Yeah.
I'm with you on
Yeah,
that.
more efficient. And then the other thing, it's a sick travesty. Though I hate USC, that they were not in the playoff conversation at all. Just a sick joke. Now, for the degenerate gamblers, I'm always going to give you guys a little shine on the final thoughts here. You want to take your money, double it, maybe triple it? Take Miami money line. That's the lock from the champ.
It's pretty good. Yeah, final thoughts. Congrats to Baker. Haters going to hate. Baker's going to bake. Try and get him on the podcast here for maybe a quick episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get him in his free time in
Him,
between.
him or Mia Khalifa.
Yeah,
Either one
yeah,
of
that
them.
would be a good one. Get them in
Yeah.
the same room, see
Jack
how they
Kelly,
react.
Mia, and Baker.
Oh yeah, an expose brought to you by Victory Lab Radio.
R.I.P. August Ames too. by the
Oh
way.
yeah,
Have to
I
throw that
mean,
out there.
and for all the kids at home listening, I
Her
I
videos are
suggest-
still online though.
They
so.
are. They are.
She'll live
Her-
in infamy.
She's in the Hall of Fame now with the likes of Anna Nicole Smith, among other great ones. Her jersey's going to be hanging from the rafters. She was a JFK career, short, sweet, and to the
Her
point.
jersey or her cum jersey.
Yeah,
I think
it's
both of them might be.
yeah. The opening day next year, they're going to be pulling that one into the
Your
rafters.
legs are going to be hanging from the rafters.
Rock, final thoughts.
No, I think this was great. That's my final thoughts. But yes, if you want 3 wins for the bowl games, take Miami, take Penn State, take Auburn.
Hit a little parlay action.
Yeah.
Mega
Put
parlay,
the-
you taking it? You
Put the
thinking about
put
it?
the mortgage on it.
Put a C note on it.
Which bet the restaurant on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, thinking of
Hey,
it.
hey, hey! If you guys come on down to Rocks, we can get a little off the table betting going, and we'll let Rock hold the money, and you'll never see that again. Well, that just about does it for us here at Victory Lap Radio. Again, follow us, like us, subscribe us, retweet us, share us. Tell your mom, tell your girlfriend, tell your boyfriend, whatever you're into these days. It's 2017. We don't judge a little. For me, this is Riley Jeffers signing off. Go fuck yourself and have a good one. Love you.